Cupra sponsors mystery drama.
It's time to say goodbye to the dish and hello to Sky Stream, the new way to get unmissable Sky shows.
I love it!
And Netflix.
Take it home!
And Discovery Plus. And so much more. And it's all in one place, in one subscription for £26 a month. Oh, and next day delivery. Sky Stream. TV simplified.
Hey! Hope you don't mind, but my mate Ty decided to tag along.
Oi, oi. Boom! Elephant in the room. You know, Stevie here nearly cancelled. Stressing out about his spending. But then he spoke to TSB, and little old me didn't seem so scary. Kong!
Pow!
Talk to us via video call 7 days a week.
I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to dream. You would, I suppose, start out by fulfilling all your wishes. Love affairs, banquets, wonderful journeys. And after you'd done that for some time, you'd forget that you were dreaming.
New 2024 Voyagers available to book now at cunard.com.
Ciao. It means hello and goodbye. Maybe this is because in Italy we live in the moment. I'm a hotel in Rome, and I'm looking for lovers of architecture, rich textiles, and decadent flavors. If you want, you could be sipping espresso by tomorrow morning and napping on luxurious sheets after lunch, filled with art and good company. This is a wonderful way, I think, to spend the weekend. Don't you? I'll be waiting at hotels.com.
Want a casino that gives it to you straight? You're on. Want huge progressive jackpot slots like Jungle Mega Moolah, where you could win over £1 million and deposit and play with £10 to get a free £40 welcome bonus? Unibet. You're on.
Oh, head and shoulders. I didn't know you had dandruff.
I don't.
You got the money?
Yeah, I got your money.
Head and shoulders. Didn't know you had dandruff.
I don't. Pass me the detonators.
Head and shoulders? I didn't know you had dandruff.
I don't.
I didn't know you had dandruff.
I don't.
You don't have dandruff with Head and Shoulders. It washes away dandruff and prevents it coming back.
Club card accepted.
Feel the power to lower prices with Tesco Club Card.
Discover the new way to your new Mercedes-Benz. No matter where or when you buy it. Online or in store. Choose your car, and there's just one price. Plus, there's a range of offers across some of our most popular cars. Search Mercedes-Benz online showroom or book your test drive today.
Now, with a roundup of all the stories making the headlines this Sunday, it's the ITV News.
With the serious business over, it's been a day of right royal celebration. Tonight, serenading the King and Queen, thousands cheered Charles and Camilla at a stunning concert at Windsor. A Prince's Pride, William's tribute to his father, the King.
As my grandmother said when she was crowned, coronations are a declaration of our hopes for the future. And I know she's up there, fondly keeping an eye on us, and she'll be a very proud mother. Pa, we are all so proud of you.
Following yesterday's pomp and formality, today was a chance to kick back and enjoy some long overdue sunshine with a couple of royal surprises. William and Kate were mobbed by crowds on an impromptu walkabout at Windsor.
But very good of them to stop and talk to everybody. A wonderful bit of happiness and joy in what otherwise has been a very tough time. So thank you, Windsors, and God save the King.
Also tonight, the Met defends its arrest of more than 50 coronation protesters amid accusations of heavy-handed policing. And now that's a big lunch. Tens of thousands of street celebrations as a nation gathered to party in style.
It's great, like everyone coming together and just, being united.
We're from New York, so we flew all the way over here. We knew a historical moment was going to happen and decided we needed to come out. Yeah.
This is ITV News with Mary Nightingale from Buckingham Palace.
Good evening from Buckingham Palace. Well, the official celebrations have moved on now to Windsor, but for a final few, the palace is still the place to be. People still coming here to savour the last feel-good traces of yesterday's coronation. At Windsor Castle, the King and Queen have been serenaded by pop stars and a host of internationally renowned classical artists at a stunning concert tonight. Also there, 20,000 members of the public lucky enough to witness quite a spectacle. Our arts editor Nina Nanar now on a night of music.
The east lawn of Windsor Castle has never looked like this. After the pomp, pageantry and formality of yesterday's coronation, tonight is an altogether more relaxed affair for the King and Queen. The Prince and Princess of Wales also present with their two eldest children. What a stage for the 300-strong Coronation Choir, assembled from community and amateur singers around the UK, including an all-deaf signing choir. But for the professionals on stage too, this was an overwhelming experience.
You may think you see who I really am, but you'll never know me.
It's beautiful. It's all about bringing people together. It's a beautiful celebration. And it's not only to honour King Charles, but I think it's for the people as well.
If you'd have said to me 14 years ago that I'd be doing this, I'd be like, are you having a laugh? So I'm truly honoured, yeah.
None of us have ever done this before. This is a first time ever event for me. And King Charles and I are the same age. So when I say this to you, that I'm sure he has not been here before, and I have not been here before. So tonight is going to be one of those celebrations where we're actually going to see it and witness it together for the first time. And I must say, I'm stepping into history. Tonight is historic.
20,000 people are watching the performers today. Half of those won their tickets in a ballot, and the others have been invited through their work with charities and volunteering. As night fell, the flags of the Commonwealth were illuminated across the castle as Steve Winwood and a Commonwealth choir sang Higher Love, a song requested by the King personally. Lionel Richie had everyone dancing, 3 generations of royals on their feet. Prince William then made his way to the stage for this tribute to his father.
As my grandmother said when she was crowned, coronations are a declaration of our hopes for the future. And I know she's up there, fondly keeping an eye on us, and she'll be a very proud mother. Pa, we are all so proud of you.
This was a spectacular end to this weekend's coronation festivities. As Katy Perry took to the stage and the crowd roared its approval, leaving Take That to bring proceedings to a close. Nina Nanar, ITV News at Windsor Castle.
Well, our royal editor Chris Shipp is at Windsor Castle for us now. Chris, a really deeply personal message from Prince William tonight.
Yes, Mary, it was. And I just have to say it's a real privilege to have been able to be inside Windsor Castle tonight to watch that concert with 20,000 other people. I've frankly never seen the East Lawn of Windsor Castle look quite like that, with a stunning light show on the facade of the castle, what contains what's called the semi-state rooms. But when Prince William walked out, we didn't quite know what he was going to say. Obviously, he was going to pay tribute to his father, the newly crowned king. But I think there was a couple of things that really caught the imagination of those that were inside the crowd there. The firstly was the mention of his grandmother, the late Queen. Let's remember, it was less than a year ago that we had the Platinum Jubilee concert, at which Buckingham Palace was lit up in a very similar way. And he mentioned the Queen being up there somewhere looking down on us all. He had a couple of messages for his father. One about his duty to serve, and also about the fact that he was talking and campaigning on behalf of the planet on matters green well before it became mainstream. So that from William was a very personal pledge. I should point out there was nothing from William about Queen Camilla in there, but certainly for his father a very personal pledge.
Indeed. After all the formality of yesterday, all the ceremony, today has been a day, hasn't it, very much of celebration?
Yes, it's kind of helped that the weather's been a lot better, Mary. Yesterday in London it was raining all day long. Today here in Windsor it's been very sunny. The concert's just over there, and if you can look up the long walk, that's when some of these 20,000 people will start pouring out. In fact, I can see them coming out now. I suspect they've all got a big smile on their faces. It was quite the celebration. And actually down the other end of here were all of those people who didn't have a ticket but wanted to come to Windsor and see it on a huge screen. So they've been partying at the other end of the walk as well. So I think you can say that there's been a real party atmosphere in this town tonight, and I'm sure lots of people will have joined in around the country.
Chris Shipp at Windsor, thank you. Well, earlier today, the Prince and Princess of Wales were mobbed during an impromptu walkabout at Windsor. They surprised ecstatic crowds with an unannounced appearance this afternoon to say their thank yous to the people gathered there. And there were thanks too from the King and Queen, who said that they were deeply touched and profoundly grateful to those who'd helped make the coronation a glorious occasion, especially, they said, the crowds who gathered here on the Mall and beyond. Our reporter Sejal Karia was with the royals and the crowds in Windsor.
They could hardly believe it when the royal couple turned up. A crowd excited to get just a glimpse. Even better, a coveted photo with William and Kate.
Give us a wave this side, William!
William! For some of the younger well-wishers, it was overwhelming. Kate offering a cuddle. From selfies and sips of drinks offered, to chatting, shaking hands and waving to those at the back. Delighting the hundreds of people celebrating the coronation weekend.
This is the first time we've seen the Prince and Princess of Wales in public since the coronation, and they've been here to surprise the crowds that have already begun gathering ahead of tonight's concert.
I'm not nervous so much, to be honest with you. I was more worried if I spilt pins down the front of the Prince of Wales. So yes, I was more than that than anything else, but very good of them to stop and talk to everybody.
So how much do you like William and Kate?
I don't know. I haven't gotten to know them much yet.
I just think it's gorgeous. Look how many people. It's just made their day. A wonderful bit of happiness and joy in what otherwise has been a very tough time. So thank you, Windsors, and God save the King.
And so sanctify thy servant Charles.
Millions across the UK and the world tuned in to see the crowning of the King, a ceremony filled with ancient rituals and symbolism. Ending with rapturous cheers from the crowds outside Buckingham Palace, as the King and Queen appeared on the balcony. Today they thanked the nation for what they called a glorious coronation, saying they were deeply touched at the celebrations. Today, formality gave way to festivity, with the Princess Royal in Swindon joining one of the thousands of street parties taking place across the country, greeting and mingling with local residents. The Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh tucked into a coronation chicken pie at a big lunch in Surrey.
Very good.
Joining in with people here to share in a day of eating, drinking and celebrating.
Very good. Hello, everybody. How do I do this? You know how to do it. There you go.
Helping out at festivities in Buckinghamshire, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, who's expecting her second child. The sisters greeting a bumper crowd at a street party in Chalfont St Giles. It was a day for the royals to show their appreciation to communities across the nation that have pulled out the stops to mark this coronation weekend. Sejal Karia, ITV News.
The Met Police continue to face questions over whether or not officers were heavy-handed in shutting down protests ahead of and during yesterday's events. One environmental campaigner told ITV News he was arrested before he was even able to wave his banner. Meanwhile, the head of an anti-monarchy group, also arrested, says the police approach amounted to an attack on democracy. Today, the Culture Secretary came to the Met's defence, insisting it had got the balance right between allowing protest but also protecting enjoyment of the coronation. Our political correspondent Shihab Khan reports.
An historic moment, a day of celebration, but not without controversy. More than 50 protesters arrested as the Met Police were accused of being heavy-handed.
We are not protesting about the king.
Dr. Kush Naikar in the blue hoodie was one of them. He was put in jail, held for more than 14 hours, and says that was before he even had the chance to wave his Just Stop Oil flag.
They essentially arrested me just in case. What does that tell you about the state of democracy? What does that tell you about the state of free speech in this country? They're treating me as though I am some sort of threat. I am not a threat. It makes me feel like I'm some sort of criminal, and it looks to the rest of the world like I'm some sort of criminal, which I know that I'm not.
Human rights groups said the scenes were reminiscent of what you'd see on the streets of Moscow. Police say people were arrested for affray, public order offences, breaches of the peace and conspiracy to cause a public nuisance. It included those from anti-monarchy group The Republic. Their chief executive, who was also arrested, released this statement saying these arrests are a direct attack on our democracy and the fundamental rights of every person in the country. Each and every police officer involved on the ground should hang their heads in shame. They showed no judgment, no common sense and no basic decency. But government ministers are adamant the right balance was struck.
I think we live in a democracy, and I think it's right that people can protest, have their voice heard. But there needs to be a balance, because there were millions of people as well who wanted to enjoy the coronation and the day. The police are operationally independent, and I think they tried to get that balance right, and I think they did.
Officers have been given new powers by the government to police protests, but Labour say once the dust settles, it's important that explanations are provided for their decisions.
People are critical of the law. Well, that's actually on us, on politicians. The important thing is that policing is proportionate. The Metropolitan Police know that they're accountable to the public. I'm sure they'll be explaining in the coming days the circumstances of arrest, the outcomes of those arrests and whether they might have done things differently.
The arrests have been controversial to say the least, but the Met Police say this was a once-in-a-generation event and they believe they behaved in a proportionate manner. But there will be no real answers until all investigations are complete. Shihab Khan, ITV News.
Well, away from all events at the moment, the leader of the Liberal Democrats has ruled out any coalition with the Conservatives. But speaking to the BBC today, Sir Ed Davey avoided rejecting a partnership with Labour. It comes after England's local election results suggested Labour could fall short of a majority at the next election. In sport, and a UK ticket holder has won £46.2 million in Friday's Euro Millions draw. The ticket holder was one of three winners, claiming a share of the £138 million jackpot. And finally, not every street party, of course, could boast of royal visitor, but coronation quiches and cakes have been very much on display, along with bunting, flags and decorations, including at Downing Street. Sangeeta Lal now with the nation's celebrations.
After the pageantry and parades of the coronation in Portsmouth, today was a more relaxed affair. And a chance to finally enjoy some sun.
Wake up nice and early. We need to have a bit more fun in the country, don't we? So we're a bit doom and gloom at the moment, so let's just have a bit more fun. Street party every week.
And it's a nice vibe itself, like King Coronation. I think it's a big thing. It's a historic moment.
Just a day after the nation came together to see the new king crowned in Warwickshire, it was a chance for neighbours to reminisce on the moment they watched history.
One of the key moments I enjoyed was him kneeling in his silk shirt, waiting for the anointing. I thought that was fantastic.
Seen the parade yesterday. It was impeccable, impeccable.
More than 67,000 lunches have been held across the country. And for people in Northumberland, the street parties instead took pride of place in the parks.
This literally goes in the annals of history that, you know, we've moved into a new age.
In London, just a few miles from where thousands lined the streets to watch the new king, today instead, communities came together to share friendship, food and fun.
It's great, like everyone coming together and just, you know, being united, you know, especially after what happened during the last few years. Just something to celebrate, you know.
We're from New York, so we flew all the way over here. We knew a historical moment was going to happen and decided we needed to come out.
Yeah. So you specifically came for the coronation?
Yes.
Have we made a good impression?
Oh, absolutely. We will definitely be back.
First time in London and we love it. Okay, good. Well, thanks for bringing the weather.
Anytime. No problem.
And on the country's most famous street, the Prime Minister joined Ukrainian refugees and community leaders to continue the celebrations, with the First Lady of the United States taking part too. And there was no stopping the celebrations in Merthyr Tydfil in South Wales.
I'd like to be clear, this coronation party airport!
Where the king once carried out so many royal duties as a prince, today residents marked his new title.
Because he's so caring and loving and sensitive, I think he's going to be there for us.
I think it's more for the children than anyone else.
And as festivities stretched the breadth of the United Kingdom, there was a celebratory spread in Glasgow, where a new generation spent the afternoon crafting crowns for a day they'll never forget.
We're so lucky to have the King and Queen now. And I'm sure it's a new era starting for the young people.
It's a historical moment for the country, and people will mark it in whatever way they like to do, and this is what we've chosen to do.
A day the King and Queen said they hoped would be truly enjoyable. And for so many it has been so much more than that. One, for making new friendships and new memories that'll last forever. Sangeeta Lal, ITV News.
And we leave you as the crowds make their way down the Mall to the palace after watching the concert in Trafalgar Square on big screens there. The party, it seems, is not over yet. And that's all from us for tonight. Bye-bye.
X gon' give it to you. Wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Game on. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you.
This is a moment in history.
ITVX, the UK's freshest streaming service, where you can stream free or go premium.
The warm weather continues, so why not squeeze the most out of the day? Heinz Tomato Ketchup sponsors ITV National Weather.
Hello there, good evening to you. As we head into Bank Holiday Monday, we start with an east-west split in our weather. Across western parts, it's wet and windy. You can see the brighter colours. Some of that rain will be heavy at times. Come further east, it's drier, but with some pockets of mist and fog. Any early mist and fog will lift to hazy sunshine, but you can see that rain out towards the west. It pushes eastwards through the day. So tomorrow will be quite an unsettled day. Outbreaks of rain and under that cloud and rain. Temperatures temperatures tomorrow afternoon will be cooler compared to today. Highs of around 14 to 19 degrees Celsius. But brighter skies pushing into Scotland and Northern Ireland into the afternoon, but also some heavy downpours too. And that's the theme as we head into Tuesday. It's going to be a day of sunshine and showers, worth keeping your umbrella to hand because some of those showers will be heavy and at times thundery. And as we head through the rest of the week, it stays changeable. Showers or longer spells of rain, but at least warm in any sunshine.
Heinz Tomato Ketchup sponsors ITV National Weather.
Long weekend? No plans? Let ITVX fix that day off dilemma with bank holiday box sets. Get your binge on with these short and snackable series. All doable in a day.
How exciting.
Streaming sessions sorted. Bank holiday box sets available now on ITVX.
ITV Central Weather is sponsored by Octopus Electric Vehicles. Car, charger and energy.
Hello again, good evening. After the sunny spells of today, afraid to say tomorrow's set to be a washout. Well, it is a bank holiday Monday. As far as what's going on, we've got this sort of quite complicated little dogleg of a wet system. It's going to bring doses of rain throughout the day. And as we get in towards Tuesday, hopefully something brighter but peppered with showers. This evening then, we've got more clouds starting to build from the west. Eventually you'll get to see that rain just arriving into the likes of Shropshire, Hereford and Worcestershire. As far as temperatures go, it's going to be a mild night, southerly breeze keeping things generally in double figures. Tomorrow then, like I say, bit of a washout. Pulses of rain throughout the day, waxing and waning, heavier rain into the afternoon for a while, and then a third dose actually building down towards the southwest of us for later. That'll just skirt across the southern and eastern side of our patch. As far as temperatures go, down on today, we're looking at highs of 15 to 17 Celsius. And then, like I say, things should brighten up on Tuesday. Should be fairly dry, but any sunny spells might trigger off the odd shower. Temperatures 18 Celsius, so still slightly above average. Slightly cooler on Wednesday, again with the risk of some organised showers passing through the day.
ITV Central Weather is sponsored by Octopus Electric Vehicles.
Hello, summer. Piri sponsors ITV Pollen Count.
With Bank Holiday Monday set to be a bit of a washout, it's moderate Monday and moderate over the next few days too. Birch and oak tree pollen are part of the issue and of course the early flowering grasses. That's it from me. Sleep well. Night night.
Now, why would you say that?
Now in the final series filmed at Battersea, and a tribute to the much-loved presenter's work and his relationship with our four-legged friends. It's Paul O'Grady for the love of dogs.
Welcome to your new home.
Because bringing them home is just the beginning. Many Pets Pet Insurance, sponsors for the love of dogs.
Sometimes finding a solution to a dog's problem ain't all that easy.
Worried little thing, aren't you?
There's no such thing as one size fits all.
We'll fix you up and things are going to get better. Oh, yes.
This week, we meet a lurcher in dire need of medical assistance.
Look at the size of that wound. Oh, that is shocking.
A King Charles Cavalier Spaniel who needs a confidence boost.
He's absolutely desperate to come over.
And some famous faces stop by to help a stressed out Frenchie.
Oh, he loves smelly socks. Yeah.
Now, dogs are our best friends, and they've evolved to respond to the human voice.
Good girl.
But if they've not had the best experiences with people, we can sound a bit intimidating.
Everyone's looking out for you.
Over in kennels, a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel called George has just arrived, and handler Ben's been settling him in.
Hiya, Ben.
Hiya. Hey, this is George.
George?
Yeah.
Georgie, let me have a look at you.